Is Milenkovic set to leave Nottingham Forest already? A hostage situation involving our football players. And how did the rest of the players get on in the international window? Welcome to your latest Forest news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Forest news. And we got plenty to discuss today, as always seems to be the case with Forest. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new to Forest Fan TV. Have your bell notification on as well, so you don't miss any new videos. And Forest are going to be back playing Premier League football, but not till this Monday against Palace. We'll have previews for you build up as always as we get on into the week. But if you want to be there and you want to be one of the first people to experience this shipping container, yes, the prices start from what, 400 odd quid? Well, Football Prizes have stepped it up and they are giving you the chance to win 2 tickets, full hospitality in the shipping container, but you've only got till tonight at 7:30 to win this. And on top of that, you can win a signed framed Nuno shirt, Insta prize win, and a Cristiano Ronaldo shirt as well, Insta prize win. Scan this QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the comments. 7:30 tonight UK time. Get your tickets in. Okay, let's get into the news and let's start with Milenkovic. So Newcastle United are sniffing around for a new defender, and they've got 2 names on their shortlist. And no, one of them is not Marcus Gay from Crystal Palace. It is in fact 2. One is Sideshow Bob Fast from Leicester City, and the other is Milenkovic. Milenkovic, really? He's only been here 5 minutes. Newcastle are looking to strengthen as they have 2 of their centre-backs out of contract this summer. We all know last summer they spent the majority of it trying to pry Gay away from Crystal Palace, and that didn't happen. So it looks like they're going to roll the dice again in January with 2 new targets. And one of these targets is our boy Milenkovic. Now, let's be real here. Let's talk facts, right? So Milenkovic joined Forest for 12 million in the summer. Bargain, absolute bargain, and a beast. And I think, and I said back then when we picked him up, he will be the signing of the season. He is going to be that important. And so far, he has proven to be the case. Now, do Forest or will Forest want to sell him? The answer for me is a categorical no. Right? These are reports, as I keep telling you, in international breaks, there are loads of speculation, loads of rumors, loads of column inches that need to be filled. And people try and fill in with sensationalized articles about players that are doing well. And this is the point here. Because Milenkovic has started so hot, he's obviously going to attract attention. You don't hear people talking about whoever Southampton centre-back is going in the summer, because in the January window, because they haven't started the way M&M have so far. So, do I expect there to be interest in him? Yes, of course I do, because of the way he started. Not only that, but we know Arsenal, Spurs, other clubs have been interested in Milenkovic over the last couple of seasons. And Forest just swoop in there and we buy who we want, because we have, of course, the Greek father. So, I do believe that there will be interest. Do I believe that Forest will sell him? Absolutely not. And the question is, will Milenkovic want to go? Well, firstly, the valuation currently that Forest have on Milenkovic, according to these reports, are in the region of 50 million euros. And I think that's probably about right. I mean, he's jumped from 12 million to 50 million overnight, basically, and that's based on his performances. But in terms of Milenkovic wanting to leave Forest, I would say it's a big fat no. He's just about started to settle in to Nottingham, into the team, into the Nuno structure. I don't even think we've seen the best of him. So why would he want to uproot and go up north to Newcastle, of all places? I got no beef with Newcastle, but it gets cold there in the winter. And in January, is he really going to go there? Of course not. Now, with Forest on the trajectory they currently are, if things carry on as the way they are, Who knows? We may be talking about European trips next season. So if that's something that's on Milenkovic's bucket list to get back involved in, then he might be able to do that at Forest. And I think he's more interested in the project that's going on. Been an interview with him recently where he's talked about how nice it's been, how quickly he's settled into Forest, how he feels the fans have taken to him, how of course he has to talk about the history and how he's got absorbed into all of that. So all the signs for me point that Milenkovic has no interest in going to Newcastle or leaving Forest in general, especially not this early in the January window. So I wouldn't give this any credit whatsoever. Now, at the end of the season, can I see Newcastle going in for Sideshow Bob from Leicester? Yeah, probably, because if Leicester go down, they're going to have to offload some of their players, and Forest may want to tune into one or two of their players themselves. But Forest are in such a strong position now that we don't need to sell. Now, something I need to add to you guys about from our video the other day about the fine, the 750k fine. There's a lot of questions in the comments saying, does this impact PSR? By the way, I'm spinning off on a tangent here. The answer is yes, it does. So that 750k will go on the profit and loss account, technically speaking, and technically speaking will impact PSR. So how do I know this? Because we're mates with Kieran McKenna, and shout out to him, had a quick chat with him, and he confirmed that this is most likely the case. So another reason, but that's still, my point here is, why am I bringing up in the Milenkovic thing? Even with that 750k, from the maths that we've done here at FFTV, it's not going to impact us on PSR. We're quietly confident that Forest are very comfortable when it comes to PSR, and therefore underlines the fact that Milenkovic does not need to be sold. Get your thoughts in down below. Do you believe these reports or not? Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's move on to this hostage story, which is really weird on a football channel, but it is what it is. So, Nigeria are playing Libya, and there's been a home leg and an away leg. Now, Nigeria hosted Libya in the home leg, which they won 1-0. And then the Nigerian team have flown across to Libya to play the away leg. However, their flight was diverted from Benghazi, where the game was going to be held, into a military base, where they were held, according to Ndidi, hostage for 16 plus hours. In fact, what he said was, this is not football. Very embarrassing. Hostage to a national team. It's a disgrace. Now, what's happened here? Let me run you through some quotes and I'll explain what's going on. There's a quote here saying, 12 hours plus in an abandoned airport in Libya after our plane was diverted whilst descending. Libyan government rescinded our approval landing in Benghazi with no reason. They've locked the airport gates and left us without phone connection, food or drink, all to play mind games. I've experienced stuff before playing away in Africa, but this is disgraceful behavior. So, the backstory of this is apparently when Libya went to play Nigeria, they felt that they were treated unfairly in terms of hospitality and everything else when they went there, and they were delayed. And a statement has come out from the Libyan government who say, we are deeply concerned about the recent reports surrounding the diversion of the Nigerian national team's flight ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier in Libya. Whilst we regret any inconvenience caused, it is essential to note that such incidents can occur due to routing air traffic control protocols, security checks, or logistical challenges that affect international air travel. Now, this is the bit where they undo themselves, because they say we firmly reject any claims that suggest foul play or sabotage in this situation. It is important to highlight that just last week, our national team faced significant challenges upon our arrival to Nigeria for the third match of the African Cup of Nations qualification. So, they've said we haven't done anything wrong here, but by the way, we got screwed when we went to Nigeria. Now, what's this relation to Forest, by the way? Let's bring it back to Forest. Obviously, Aina and Taiwo are part of this squad, and they've been locked up. I've got some clips that we'll share with you showing Taiwo in the airport as well. Now, he came on for the first leg. He came on, I think, in the 70th minute, and then Aina started at right back. And hopefully they get this situation resolved. The actual match is set to go ahead tomorrow in Libya, in Benghazi, I believe it is, for the second leg. And then that will be them done with their international duties and they can come home to Forest. And we have a game on Monday. So my worry here is if there's any issues leaving, let's just say they get all wrapped up Wednesday to fly out. If they get delayed, that brings it to Thursday. Yes, I know we got the game on Monday, but you still want to get them 1 or 2 training sessions in. And of course, in the famous words of our ex-manager, we worry about jet lag and things like that. So they need to get back home ASAP. But I have never heard a situation like this. It did make me laugh. Obviously, I have roots in Libya myself, so it's like, this doesn't really surprise me, is the honest answer to it all. But hopefully Aina and hopefully Taiwo get out of this quote-unquote hostage situation and can get back in time for the Crystal Palace match. What a bizarre situation we find ourselves in. And speaking of our international players, let me talk you through some good news stories about the boys who went away. And let's start with Cristiano Ronaldo, who's made it 2-2 for New Zealand as he scored again against Malaysia with a back post header to get his second goal in as many games for them. Nico Williams produced a good display, and I think he got man of the match as well, as they drew with Iceland on Friday. And happy birthday to the one we were talking about earlier, Milenkovic, who helped Serbia go to a win against Switzerland in the UEFA Nations League Cup that no one cares about. Elliot Anderson as well was a late sub for the England under-21s as they turned around from the jaws of defeat, a victory against Ukraine. And as I mentioned, Aina and Taiwo both featured in that victory for Nigeria against Libya. Let's see if they feature in the second leg tomorrow. But good news stories, the boys, no new injuries to talk about so far from the boys who've gone away on international duty. It's all looking okay. We are finally less than a week away from actual proper football coming back to our screens. And that brings you up to date with your latest Forest news. Remember, you got till 7:30 tonight if you want to be in that shipping container come Monday night next week for the Forest versus Palace match. 2 tickets available for you. Scan the QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the comments. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. And we'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.